Let's try this again. So, yeah. So you got 19th at Fort Wayne.
Yes.
And so that's a really good placement. Like, just under people like Wolf Glick, Paul Chua. You're above. Yeah. You're above quite a few other people like James Evans, Aaron Trailer, which is very impressive. And you got there with a pretty unorthodox pick in Dachsbun.
Yeah. Dachsbun was a carry.
So how often did you end up bringing Dachsbun?
Honestly, I brought it to about 5 sets, maybe, that I played. 5 or 6 sets, so about half of them.
Fair enough. I'm going to go off on a limb and say that your most brought Pokemon was Fluttermane.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because Fluttermane is basically it's basically a guarantee on basically every team in Regulation C right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I made a list of the Day 2 stats, and of the 47 Day 2 teams, Fluttermane was on 35 of them.
That's it? That's shocking.
Yeah, 35
out of
35 out of 47 is wild.
Thought it'd be a lot closer to 47.
Sydney Regionals top 8, all 8 teams had Fluttermane.
I did see that, and I thought it was really funny, honestly.
7 out of 8 teams in Fort Wayne Top Cut have Flutter as well.
Yep.
So Flutter was everywhere, and so Flutter being everywhere for this Dachsbun was a problem because you have no attacking moves other than Body Press.
Correct.
Which is where the Iron Head on Dragonite comes in.
Yep.
Because...
And that's why I also ran the Booster Energy plus Speed on it, because most Fluttermane right now are either Booster Energy plus Special Attack or Choice Specs.
Yeah.
So it just...
Carry on.
Yeah, so basically, I just get to move first and do a lot of damage into you.
That's fair, especially next to the Scarf Chiyu.
Yep.
Because
Scarf Chiyu is very quick.
Yeah, it's base 100 speed with the Choice Scarf. And Choice Scarf Chiyu can easily shut things like main down, because if it's not checked, it can get many snarls off and just mess it up.
Yeah, which unironically was like my least clicked move on Chiyu.
Yeah, because I'm assuming the most clicked was Lava Plume.
Oh, yeah.
Because
definitely Lava Plume.
Next to Dachsbun, not only are you getting, like, a pretty good chunk of damage, because that's 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not 80%, that's 80 power, with a 30% chance to burn.
Yeah.
Like, compared to something like Heat Wave. Heat Wave only has a 10% chance to burn. That extra 20% could have changed games.
Yeah, and Heat Wave is 10% less accurate. Lava Plume's 100% accurate.
Yeah, why Heat Wave instead of something like Overheat, can I ask?
Spread damage, just to put on more pressure.
That's fair enough, because I would have assumed that Lava Plume would have been plenty of spread damage.
Yeah, but then you're also risking hitting your partner. So there were games where... There was one set I played during day 1. My opponent, I led Chiyu Fluttermane.
Yeah.
And I pressed Heat Wave plus Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam. And that's all I did for like 6 turns straight, because it was the best move for me to make. Every turn, it was just the best move for me to make, and they had no answers for it.
So you reverted to Monkey Brain and said, "I'm gonna click the spread moves, and you will cry because of it."
Yeah, I looked and I was like, "All right, what do I want to do?" I was like, "All right, I'm gonna press Heat Wave and Dazzling Gleam and see what they do."
I'm gonna press Heat Wave and Dazzling Gleam and win.
And then I was like, "Well, I guess I'll just do it again," because they double protected, I think. So I was like, "I guess I'll just do it again." and they just kept making defensive plays, but they just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, because Chi-Yu Fluttermane puts on a lot of offensive pressure.
Yep, and then especially when they're both like extra fast from Booster Energy and Choice Scarf.
Yeah. So, let's talk more about this Dachsbun.
Yes.
Terra Ghost, you told me before what it was for, but before I realized that I forgot to hit record.
Yep, it was for Arcanine, just walling Arcanine.
Yeah, because most of the Arcanines in Fort Wayne, they were Protect, Extreme Speed, Will-O-Wisp, Flare Blitz, and looking at Justin Tangs. I'm looking at Lucas, that's also Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, Extreme Speed. Paul Chua, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, Extreme Speed.
Yep.
Tyson Hughes, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, Extreme Speed. So the majority of Arcanines couldn't hit this Dachsbun when you Terra Ghost.
Yep.
So
yeah, that was the plan, because my team had a big weakness to Arcanine.
Yeah.
Since my big answers to it are the Azumarill and the Dragonite sometimes.
Yeah, because
with just Terra Flying.
Yeah, the Clear
It
Amulet
does a lot of damage.
The Clear Amulet Dragonite, it suffers a bit from Will-O-Wisp from Arcanine.
It does, yeah.
But you can still get like decent hits on it before it gets the Will-O-Wisp off, because they have to either focus on getting rid of Chien-Pao or something else entirely, like Will-O-Wisping the Azumarill, which won't work because it's Lumberry.
Yep.
And Arcanine, by these three alone, it seems to get pretty overwhelmed. And then Dachsbun just adds to it.
Yeah, just walls it.
And the wish slot, that was you tried multiple different moves with the wish slot, didn't you? Yeah.
Yep. A lot of different moves.
Yeah, you tried you mentioned Crunch, you mentioned Play Rough, you mentioned Baby Doll Eyes, Charm.
Yep. Just nothing felt right.
Yeah, you mentioned Misty Terrain, but that didn't really go well with Yawn.
Yeah.
You mentioned Snarl. Did you ever think of Substitute?
Actually, yeah. I thought about dropping Yawn and doing Substitute Baton Pass.
Interesting.
I thought that would be really funny. Yeah.
But
the problem with
the unkillable Fluttermane.
Yeah, yep. The problem with it, though, and I even tried just Baton Pass, too. Yeah. The problem was that without the setup from the Chi-Yu, Dachsbun just kind of was a wasted slot, it felt like, sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want Dachsbun on the field, and I wanted to just be a menace. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, this is going to be a bit of a weird comparison, but it's kind of like Farigiraf, where it's bulky enough where it's difficult to get rid of, but it's also strong enough where you can't just ignore it.
Yes.
Because what a Dachsbun left ignored is going to ruin your day.
It does, yeah. And someone asked me, they're like, how do you deal with poison types? And I said, at some point, if I'm plus 2, +4, I'm still doing damage at the end of the day.
Yeah, a problem that I could see this Dachsbun having is Haze Palafin.
Yes. Yeah, Palafin was one of the harder matchups I had.
Yeah, because Palafin does pretty well into the majority of your team.
It absolutely does, and I didn't play against a whole lot, actually, of Palafin.
Yeah, because Palafin was a really popular pick in Regulation C.
Yeah.
Because it goes well with, like, Ting Lu, Baxcalibur balance teams.
Oh, yeah.
And other things like Justin Tang with his Dragapult. I'm gonna say balance team because this looks pretty balanced, but also looks pretty hyper.
Yeah, his is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain the Terra Dark on Qianpao? Well, it's like, most Qianpaos are Terra Ghost, but did you just go for, like, major damage?
Yeah, so when I was testing, I was like, well, I don't know what to put on Qianpao, so I'll just do Dark for more damage right now. And if I need to change it, I'll change it. I think in a future version of this team, I would change it to Terra Steel to help with the Toxic Stall matchup.
Yeah, because I'm looking at all the Chi-Yus, like, in top 8. All 3 of them are Terra Ghost.
Yeah.
And then Wolfie's one is Terra Flying, which is interesting. Terra Flying with Throat Chop, Ice Spinner, and Haze. Which was... Did you face Wolfie?
I did not, no.
Okay, because that Qianpao could have been a big problem for you.
Oh yeah. It really could have.
The Azumarill, Lumberry was to help more into Arcanine, right?
Yeah, it was to deal with Arcanine with Will-O-Wisps, and then also Amoonguss Spores.
Yeah, because Amoonguss was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only is it really good into some of the ruins, but it's also really good into Glimora Wo-Chien style.
Yep.
Which didn't do as well as I thought it would.
It didn't, no.
Which is weird, because at Sydney, there were like 3 Wo-Chiens in top 8 alone. But then...
I was going to say, it did a lot better at Sydney, for sure.
But then at Fort Wayne, there were 3 Wo-Chiens in the entirety of top 8. No, not top 8, day 2,
yep.
There we go.
Yeah, and 2 of them had Substitute and played against each other.
Oh god, it's like the Regulation B Gargdale.
Yep, mm-hmm.
The Gargdale were like 10 times
worse. It did
worse.
happen. Everyone was like, what is happening? And we're just watching these 2 people play. They both had Substitute Terra Poison Wo-Chien, and their only attacking move was Pollen Puff. Yeah, it was
sounds awful.
That was a long round.
For things like Wo-Chien, obviously you had Chi-Yu, you had Mei. Your entire team plays well into Wo-Chien.
Yeah, which is really funny because one of my losses day 1 was to Wo-Chien.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I had, what did I have out? I think it was Chi-Yu Azumarill out.
I see.
Yeah, it was Chi-Yu Azumarill, and both got leech seeded, and the damage just couldn't keep up. Wo-Chien just recovered too much.
Yeah, especially because of Azumarill's HP.
Yep. Exactly, yeah. It just recovered too much, leech seeded, and it was rough, yeah.
Yeah, this Dachsbun, it seems to have a not very fun matchup into ghost types.
No. Nope.
Specifically, I think like the 2 biggest ghost types were Fluttermane and Mimikyu. Which seems to have been... I can see how your team can play against Main, like Aqua Jet from Azumarill, anything from Qianpao, because not many of them run speed anymore, but this is so the max speed Qianpao is going to be outspeeding.
Yeah.
The Iron Head from Dragonite. So, that must have been pretty big. How did you fare? How did you fare against Golden Go?
Well, I've never played against one.
Really?
I didn't. No.
Because this team, it looks like it doesn't like Golden Go too much.
Yes, but no. It depends. Honestly, it depends on their Terra type. But Golden Go's not too bad because you have Qianpao who can Sucker Punch it.
Yeah, and Dragonite can't do much.
Yeah, Dragonite can't do anything. Azumarill isn't terrible. It can do a decent amount of damage with the Aqua Jet and Liquidation.
Yeah.
But then I still have like Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball from Chi-Yu Flutter.
Yeah. Because all things considered, it's still a speed boosting Flutter, and that Golden Go's going to cry because of it.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if it's taking extra damage with Chi-Yu on the field, it's not going to have a good time.
Fair enough. what would you say your biggest, like your worst matchup was for the team?
Either Glamora or Dondozo. I played against a team that had both of them in day two.
I can see why that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Dondozo, Perish Song could have done well into it.
Yeah, so Perish Song does well into it. The problem is that Dondozo is so strong that by the time Perish Song goes off, it's already taken at least 2 KOs.
Yeah, and it ignores Well-Baked Buddy.
Yep, exactly.
Which...
So I think I would end up putting Haze onto my Chen Pao, I think, and dropping Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Because the main reason I had Sucker Punch was for speed tie on Fluttermanes. But since Fluttermane aren't running a lot of speed now, I feel more comfortable dropping that for Haze.
Fair enough.
Just for Dondozo.
What else is that? In the future, so it's like, after looking at the results from Fort Wayne and other things and like your own experiences, are there any major changes you would make to the team?
Honestly, just the Chen Pao. I would probably change it to Terra Steel to help versus Glamora, and then put Haze on it to help versus Dondozo.
That makes sense. Then your Chen Pao's gonna cry when it gets hit by Earth Power.
Yeah, but I'll knock it out before it gets hit by Earth Power, so it's fine.
That's true.
Because my Chen Pao does, with Ice Spinner, roughly 50% to non-terra Glamora.
Jeez.
And I could always pair it with something like the Dragonite, who can hit it for super effective with Iron Head. And then Glamora has to choose, do you want to take the Ice Spinner or do you want to take the Iron Head?
Yeah. Because then if it Terra Grasses, it's just going to die because of Ice Spinner anyway.
Exactly. And that's even better for me because now it's not getting hit twice.
Yeah.
So it's only getting one layer of Toxic Spikes up.
Yeah, because I think a good thing to have here could be a Poison type.
Yeah.
Like maybe a Moongus or your own Glamora.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be funny, you could have Lava Plume Salazzle.
That is true too. I could do that.
Hang on, have I just cooked?
You just cooked, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say about the team?
Nothing I can think of. I'm pretty sure we covered just about everything.
Yeah, because...
The Choice Scarf, Terra Ghost Chiyu.
Yep. So, you're pretty confident that Dachsbun can continue to be good?
Maybe. So Dachsbun, I think, it's good right now because Dondozo fell off. Because they have the same counterplay of getting rid of statue.
And, like, the one Dozo that... there were two Dozos that made it to top 8. One of them had Tatsugiri, and the other one didn't.
Yep.
The Dozo with no Tatsugiri was wild.
Yeah, it's so good, though. It's such a good...
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying to play against.
It's not even unaware. It's a Water Veil.
Oh, was it? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's Water Veil with Protect, Liquidation, Yawn, and Heavy Slam.
That's really funny, honestly.
Yeah. It with the Stealth Rock Tinglu.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's such an annoying team to play against.
But yeah, overall, Dachsbun is good because people left it unchecked because they didn't realize just how threatening it could be.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say. Is I think Dachsbun's good, but it's not a top tier. It's not a typical anti-meta pick.
Yeah, it's more of an off-meta pick.
It's okay.
It's more of an off-meta pick that you thought could have worked.
Yeah,
and it did. Because again, you got 19th.
Yeah,
like 10-4 is still really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I could have won a lot more of those sets, too, if I just played a little bit different.
Yeah. Like, did you feel you relied on Dachsbun a bit too much, or...?
No, honestly. I felt every time I didn't bring Dachsbun, I felt good about it, and every time I brought it, I felt like I made the right decision.
It's fair enough. The Dachsbun, did you have any problems with Fish or Tinglu by any chance?
The only Fissure Tinglu I played against. Oh no, there was two. One in day one, but every time it tried to fissure me, I called it and protected, or swapped a Dragonite and did stuff like that. So I don't think that person got any. And then who was it? I think it was Paul Chua got one off, but it wasn't even into Dachsbun. It was into Azumarill, I think.
Makes sense. So you weren't. So you weren't too concerned about losing the defense boosts.
No.
It's fair enough, because...
Yeah, not against Tinglu.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
I think so, too.
Unless there's anything else we're forgetting.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it.
Alright.
It was nice talking to you, though.
It was really nice talking to you, yeah, it was fun.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too.
You too. See you later.
See ya.